had a joke. See, this is the kind of stuff you got to put up with being a comedian sometimes. I had a joke walk out on me the other day. Up and walked out. And the worst part about that was that joke was union, man. It took 12 other jokes in the same way. Had half my set on strike. Joke was pissed because it said I didn't tell it well enough. That was bull, man. That joke was pissed because I got me 35 Mexican jokes. Let me tell you what. I'll tell you what. I cost her down, and those jokes work a hell of a lot better. Gotta be careful where you tell that joke. One time I told that joke, there was a guy in the front row that was in the Mexican mafia. Next day, found the head of a piñata under my blankets. There was chocolate everywhere. Delicious, frankly. It was the most delicious death threat I have ever received. Ate a handful of mushrooms the other day. Yeah, I love that. Ate a handful of mushrooms the other day, walked out my front door, started hearing music. Oh yeah. Do 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 do. Fell down a manhole. Got out of the sewer. Went to White Castle. I'm jumping over fire. I don't even know how I got in the kitchen. Got lost in my mushroom walk. Didn't matter, just jumped out a bottomless pit, went right back to my front door. I was thinking about it. Who the hell is the civil engineer from Mario World? Bottomless pits everywhere. Cannot be good for the traffic. You know, Bowser's got to be pissed he's not going to return on that investment too. They put in like, why do we dig all these pits? And like, keep the plumber out. That's all I'm asking. Every day at 3:30 after school lets out, that plumber is in my backyard. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. That's how long we got. Make the pits really wide and don't put a running platform over it. I can't emphasize this enough. And who hired the turtles? You're fired. Serious? Galapagos tortoise? That's what you got, yard? You know how much those things cost? Those are rare. Those green ones don't even stop when they get to an edge. They just walk right off. I'm dating a vegetarian. She's one of the good vegetarians. She's not one of the vegetarians that like bitches at me for eating meat, which is cool. That's cool. I like that. There's a lot to do, you know. And whenever they're like arguing with me about why I shouldn't eat meat, it's never like some deep like scientific reason behind it. Usually, I never get that kind of argument usually with those kind of people. Usually, they just describe to me how meat's processed. Like they spend their whole lives in these little cages and pens, and they never see the sunlight. And then one day they're led down a hallway, and there's a bright light, and then BAM! Dead! Isn't that horrible? And they tell me this as if I thought beef was procured in any other fashion. Like I didn't know. Like somehow I thought cows were growing on trees around, and every year the bovine harvest would come in. They just cut them open and steaks and ground chuck come falling out. Like, I like it because it was killed. That's why I like to eat it. If I knew that it had died humanely, I wish I could get a steak that I knew for certain had been beaten to death. Like it was 12 hours. They were just laying into this cow. I don't even know. They had bats. railroad spikes in them. Jesus rolled with a posse, and he rolled 12 deep. It's a posse. You know what I mean? They stuck with him the whole time. Everybody was like, he's nuts. No, man, that's our dude. Until it really counted, and then they kind of bottomed out, I feel. Like they could have really been there, you know? Like he's up there on the cross, like, ah! Nobody brought a claw hammer? Are you kidding? What do you mean you didn't know where to find one? I'm a carpenter, you jerks! The shed! Try the shed! Why? Why is Mel Gibson filming this? Mel, grab a claw hammer and ladder, buddy! Gonna help for that joke. I'm gonna help for all the jokes. I'm a captain. Going to hell for everything. And I had 2 obsessive compulsive parents. 2. Oh yeah. Yeah. If I left some breadcrumbs, I mean, our house looked like a freaking hospital. If I had left just some breadcrumbs around for the imaginary hordes of ants and cockroaches that teemed as a river behind the walls waiting. For some reason they thought, like, that somehow the cockroaches knew that all this food was around. But if just a little bit of it hit the kitchen counter, all of a sudden they would mobilize and come flooding out. And then all of a sudden there would be locusts and frogs falling from the ceiling. So when I lost my car keys in a truck stop garbage can, and I was shoulders deep in the filth of this garbage can, I'll tell you what, and I don't know what was so special about this particular garbage can that everybody in the city threw their worst stuff in it too. It's like they made a pilgrimage across the entire town, throwing away Chinese food and diapers, and there's soil in there. I don't even know what's going on. Looking for my keys. I knew that I threw them away. I lost them on the way to the pump. That was the thing, is I lost my car keys at the gas station. Right? I pulled up, I got out, I didn't even go inside, I paid at the pump. I pumped the gas, I turn around to get in the car, I reach in my pocket, no key. No keys, gone. Look in the ignition, gone. Gone. I'm 25 years old, what the hell's wrong with me? Alright. Let me retrace my steps, both of them. Let's see, I pulled up, I got out of the car, I did not chuck them across the street, so they wouldn't be across the street where I didn't chuck them. An eagle didn't swoop through and grab them. What else did I do? I took the thing, I put them in there, I grabbed some garbage, I threw it, oh my God. Right, so I'm looking through this garbage can, there's people behind me honking like, move it! I'm like, I'm trying! I'm over here digging through. Oh, did I mention, by the way, that it is every bit of 80 degrees outside while I'm digging through this trash can, so I'm just getting this bouquet just wafting forth upon me. My folks knew that I'd been that deep in the garbage can. They would have never invited me to Thanksgiving again. They would have never been able to look at me the same way. I'd be tainted. I almost thought about calling them and telling them that's what I was doing, but you know, my battery was dead. I'm gonna leave you on one more joke here. I watch a lot of science.